They were a husband and wife, and they were in custody court. The judge looks over at the ex-wife and says, "Why do you think you deserve custody of the child?" She says, "Well, I brought him into the world, so I should have custody of him." "Well, that's a pretty simple but pretty good reason," said the judge. And the judge looked over at the ex-husband. Says, "Why do you think you deserve custody of that child, sir?" Well, the ex-husband thinks long and hard about his response, and after a quick moment of silence, he says, "You know, Judge, if I put my money into a Pepsi machine and a Pepsi comes out, is it mine or is it the machine's?" There were about 400 passengers on the plane, but only 200 meals loaded on for a 12-hour flight. It was only discovered after takeoff when the flight attendants started going through the preparations for the meals. So the airline had a problem, and the crew tried to find a solution. Well, finally, one smart flight attendant had an idea. A couple hours into the flight, she nervously got on and announced, "Ladies and gentlemen, we don't know how this happened, but we got about 400 people on board and only 200 dinners. Now, anybody who's kind enough to give up their meal to somebody else, they're going to receive unlimited free booze for the whole flight." Well, everybody on the plane let out a big cheer. Then her next announcement came about 6 hours later. "Ladies and gentlemen, if anybody wants to change their mind, we still got about 180 meals available." Well, there was a guy walking down a country road when he came upon a farmer working in his field. Well, the man called out to the farmer, "Hey there, excuse me, I think you could tell me how long it'd take me to walk to the next town?" Well, the farmer didn't answer. He just stared at the fella, not saying a word. Well, the guy waited and stared back at the farmer in the most uncomfortable 30 seconds ever. Well, finally, he gave up and just started walking again. Well, after the man had gone about 100 yards, the farmer called out, "About 20 minutes." "Well, thanks, but why didn't you tell me that when I first asked you?" Farmer says, "Well, I didn't know how fast you could walk."